Kia ora, talofa bulavanaka, malolele and whakalofa atu. Welcome to Pukakoi for day one of the Pacifica Youth Cup. We're back with our second game of the day. It's the Niue women versus the Samoan women. It's the first year we've had an under-18 girls competition at the comp. And it's a landmark moment for one of the fastest growing sports for women in Aotearoa. With me in commentary, Courtney Tidy. How are you, Courtney?
Tēnā koutou, Isaac. I'm great, thank you. Great to be here, great celebration of culture. We've already had one of the wahine matches underway, as we can see Niue and Samoa in the tunnel there. But from our match earlier today, we had New Zealand Māori beat the Cook Islands 88-0 as we see the teams here. But it's just been a great celebration. We've got the families out supporting all their whānau that are out on the field. And like you said, it's a great development tournament for our wahine in the game of rugby league.
Some exciting players to look out for in that Niue side. Lily Tongiatama from Australia over in Brisbane. She's come over to play in the tournament. Alongside her, Eva Achong Vakalahi from Mount Albert Grammar School, just a year 11. And for Samoa, one dangerous player to keep an eye on, the co-captain Braxton Sorensen McGee, a star both in rugby league and rugby union. She's already debuted for the Auckland Storm and was one of their breakout players at fullback this year in the Auckland side in the Wharapama Cup. A lot of talented players out there today looking to showcase their talents. The two sisters there, Shante and Shafanio Louis. So out first, the Niue side. Joining them, Samoa. A lot of flags in the crowd. As you said, a lot of family support and friends and different supporters out to celebrate what is a festival of rugby over the next few days. Rugby league being showcased at its youth levels.
And that's what it's about, a celebration of culture, of representation. These players get in to wear their country's jerseys or their culture's jerseys, put it on their back as we see the teams get ready for the wet-off for their challenges. But you can just see behind the Niue team, the boys and men supporting, and that's what it's all about. Being with your culture, being with your people, putting it on display, being proud of who you are and where you come from.
Intense passion and energy on display from both sides as we prepare for game two. Samoa in the darker blue colours. Niue over to the right, also in blue with some white stripe in there as well. Good conditions for today's match. just what we're looking for with several games ahead throughout the afternoon.
That's right, and a bit of cloud cover, which is exactly what these players will be hoping for. Slight breeze as well, but you can see the ribbons there blowing in the wind, the flags blowing in the wind, but great conditions for some rugby league, for some good footy. Allow these players to display and to show their skills that they have, what they've been working on with their teams. Some of them only having limited time for preparation together to come together as a team. As you said, players have come over from Australia, from around the Motu, from around New Zealand. So, you know, this is a great opportunity for them, great development pathway. Was introduced by the Warriors as part of their development system. So a great initiative by them, great for rugby league, and as you mentioned, Isaac, it's great to have the Wahine part of the tournament.
First time here at the Pacifica Youth Cup that they've had the under-18 section. Of course, they play at younger levels, under 13 and under 14. They have women's sides, but this is the first time we see an under-18 level tournament. We're already seeing some fantastic talent on display as we kick off, and it's Niue will take the first hit up, and they will get hit big time with the big tackle coming in there from Lautiti. What a hit.
What a hit, and then you've got 3 players in defence from Samoa there, and that's what I love about what we've already seen on display in the early match. This one, again, another 3 in the tackle. It's been the defensive efforts of these Wahine out there, making the attacking teams have to work hard, taking them to ground, and just showing that intensity right off the kickoff.
Bundled into touch there, wasn't able to offload it. You're right, that group tackling coming in with multiple defenders, putting a lot of pressure on Niue early.
And that was great from Samoa, as you said, Isaac, putting the pressure on, but also the way they're wrapping the ball up, not allowing that offload, knowing that the player's close to the sideline, but another player coming in, driving it out as Samoa will start their set from just on Niue's 40.
Lautiti with the first carry, the first hit of the game as well. She's been busy in the first minute of proceedings.
Yeah, and that just allows Limatoa there to have another hit up straight up the middle. We saw this in the earlier game, but laying the platform to allow your more ball players to work the ball from out wide, but it's really hitting it up and charging it up through the middle, laying that foundation just like this. Samoa sticking to that structure, angling back towards the post, but great defense there from Niue.
Nice pick up. The fingertips from Sorensen McGee as well, as she attacks again, holds the ball up and finds some space. And she'll put someone over for a try. It's going to be the fullback, Chantal Louis, with the first try of the game for Samoa. Very patient build up there.
Yeah, and they really worked together as a team. It was a full team effort from the moment that they got that turnover from this Niue side. And we'll have a look at it here, their halfback. But I like that lead runner, who was a dummy runner for Samoa, just angling towards that line of defence. The halfback was able to shift the ball out behind and put her fullback, Louis, under the post for Samoa's first try.
Some brilliant defence. And off the back of that, a nice set. Leading up to their first try, Louis just hanging back and pouncing at the right moment to come into the line from fullback and score the try, converted by Sorensen McGee, and it's a great start for Samoa. It's gone as well as they could have imagined. It's 6-0 early.
Great intensity to start this match by both these sides. We've had a brief look at both the attack and defence. I like the way that Samoa have started this match. Great intensity defensively. Niue will have the kickoff, so we'll get a good look at how they approach this off the kickoff, how they'll defend Samoa.
So the ball allowed to bounce, and it's dribbling towards the goal line. They get back after it through Lavia and into the hands of Lautiti again, who has been very busy, and she breaks through the tackle, still going. Ivana Lautiti takes a lot to stop her. She's been stripped. And the ball knocked forward, but dangerous work there from the tight forward.
A real opportunity here now for Niue to work it off Samoa's 30-metre line as the teams will go into a scrum.
Great opportunity for Niue at the feed. An excellent area to attack from. So they go to the left. A little bit of a miscommunication there from the playmakers. You're thinking that they were coming in as a decoy runner, just not pulling it off.
Yeah, miscommunication, double knock on there from both sides, but Samoa will get the ball at the scrum. But you're right, just miscommunication, who's the lead runner, and stuff like that. You probably just want to play one outs, one off the ball, direct run straight into Samoa's defensive line. But a good learning opportunity very early on in the game. So, you know, I don't expect them to be doing that again. Good offload there from Samoa, just working the ball through the hand, shifting it out to the left edge.
Moonlight Moala now into the clear, and she will go all the way. And it was the excellent offload early in the tackle count. They're not afraid to spread the ball around, and the benefactor, Moonlight Moala, who scores their second, Faith Tavita. Faith Tavita with the try, the centre for Samoa, going over and extending their lead. Now 10-0, conversion to come.
And great footwork, back to herself down that left edge, taking on the defence, but it was off the back of the platform laid from her team, who were just working the ball up. In Niue, they had no markers defensively for the play the balls, allowing Samoa to have the quick play the balls, allowing them that freedom and that space to then work the ball to that left edge.
Good speed shown by the centre there. And an excellent conversion from Sorensen McGee. And it's 12-0. Samoa looking dominant early.
Yeah, and just slips through two defenders there, backs herself for speed, and then finds her way all the way to the try line, bringing it in just a little. I still like this, and we've seen it in the earlier game. There's still the pressure applied from the defensive team. See Tapuro there, the co-captain for Niue. Still, even though Samoa were going to score the try, she still applied that pressure down in the end goal to not allow them to get any closer. So I still like that these players are starting with these little 1%ers that can make a difference to teams.
It's a low kickoff, picked up well. Leofalt bundled backwards.
And that's much better defensively from Niue. You had 3 in the tackle, but then they had 2 at marker. They need to wrap the ball up like that when they are playing defensively, not to allow those offloads, because it allows Samoa to do stuff like this. We see a fend, and then the ref caught a knock on, but it was a great effort up until that moment.
Shantae Lui again getting herself involved from fullback, and here, look at that big fend. And another hard to stop the fullback.
Went for a third, but was stopped there by Niue. But yeah, that big left-hand fend, very dangerous. But Niue, they'll have the scrum just over halfway.
Good carry first up for Niue. And they'll look to work their way into Samoan territory. Strong, abrasive work there from Taletono.
Yeah, that was a great hit up by her. 2 tacklers in there, but she managed to hold on to the ball and allows her players then to start doing this off the back of those great runs, allowing the forwards to start gaining that edge, start gaining that ground.
Here they come. It's Aki off the back of a nice carry again. Whainuu Kirasoma is starting to build some momentum. Niue.
Just
Chong
Yeah, some great footwork there, just off the left to angle back in towards drawing 4 defenders, which is what you want, because then you have to make them, force them to get back on their defensive line, sit up the markers quickly, and allows more time on offense as we see a chip over the top.
Claimed nicely by Niue. That's Niue. Niue.
Good attacking set there from Niue. Probably if they had it again, they would have tried to go for a repeat set. Do you then try next time to put a grubber into the end goal to force Samoa to work it out from there, possibly try and tackle them in, to not allow them to gain field possession like this, trying to keep possession out of their hands.
Nice carry at first receiver. The fly half, Sorensen McGee. Now Tavita, Faith Tavita again. Hard to put down, showing good speed and strength.
And a knock on there from Tavita Faith. It was great work by her, but again, it's just that defensive pressure, which I think will play a big part in these games across the tournament, multiple games for these players. And it's all about defense, getting that edge over your players, forcing the mistake, making them be disciplined. And when you're fatigued, you start to get undisciplined, and you can just see that there as Niue. They're 12-0 down on the scoreboard, but again, another opportunity from the halfway line for them to really attack on the offense.
Pressure coming in, great defence from Samoa. Mafoi with the tackle. Again, look at the pressure, the line speed. Samoa maybe a little bit too eager.
Yeah, you're right, they got penalised there, but I do like the way that they coughed over the ball, gave a penalty away in the intensity that they started with, but that's just that discipline that they need to make sure that they stick to and not give away crucial meters like this as Niue find the touch.
Good touch finder, Karalee Westland. Co-captain Nikki Lee Tapiro hands it over. Another good carry from Tale Tono. She's had a couple and they've been impactful as they hit it up again. Leota doing well there.
Yeah, great charging run by Leota. That's what you want from your forwards. As we said, we talk about momentum, then it allows your next forward to do that. Obviously, Whainu Kirasoma, she did it earlier in the previous set and allowing it to again. Then they can start shifting it wide through the hands like this, Isaac.
There's numbers. The pass doesn't go to hand. They're building nicely here at Niue, finally with some opportunity and territory. And they're going to go back that way where the space is. They're close to the line, just short. She reaches out.
Oh, and double movement, I think the ref is going to call, and that's unfortunate. When you're so close to the line, you're so tempted to put it out. And I think this was great work by the Niue side on attack. And then you can see her elbow touches the ground. She's just going to reach out for a second go at it, which you can't do. Maybe if the momentum was shifting with her, if it was more of a wet surface, she could have slid over. But fortunately, it was a bit too obvious there for the ref, so can't award that one. But I like what Niue did there, sending their forwards up through the middle, earned the right to then start shifting the ball through hands, out wide, send it to their edges.
Can't believe I just heard an Aucklander pray for rain. Moonlight Moala correctly that time was the one going close to the line and just short. Centre from Niue, but some encouraging signs from this Niue side. They're getting themselves back into this match. Some big carries from their tight forwards. Now some good defence coming in. They're putting pressure on those ball carriers. Ball's bouncing awkwardly. Samoa need to clean it up.
Yeah, great pressure applied there from Niue on defence. When there are their loose balls, they want to be the first to pounce on it. But I do like the intensity that their defence is starting with. They just need to wrap up their ball, not allow the offloads as Samoa start angling back towards the middle of the park. Possibly a loose ball there. No, she retained it. So Samoa will just work their way up through some handy footwork.
And they're going to go towards the line. Might be chased down here. No, she goes towards the corner and she's over. Handy
speed there from Samoa. Backed herself all the way in to the try line.
I believe that's Cleo Leilua, the co-captain, who's gone over to score the try. But just look at this here, a fend, a nice swerve, injects the speed, and away she goes.
And there was a big hole there in the defensive line. She had eyes for it. She said, you know what, I'm going for it. Then I like the way that she edged herself out just to beat the fullback, edged herself out towards that right edge for the try line. Not too deep, but just able to keep running away from the fullback in Eva Ah Chong.
So a more challenging attempt this time for Sorensen McGee. Disappointing for Niue after they were able to surmount some pressure. As the conversion's away, they'll be disappointed, but they've shown signs in this match. It's 16-0.
And that's just how dangerous Samoa can be with just over 15 minutes of the first half to play. When you cough up ball like that and you allow them to get on attack, and when the defensive line just isn't set up and you've got big holes like that, they're going to target them. Real game smart footy that was played there, eyes up footy, seeing the hole, going for it, backing yourself.
Niue will just look to recollect themselves and revert back to what they were trying to attempt to do with ball in hand, and they've been awarded another opportunity inside Samoa territory with that, a mistake from the kickoff.
Yeah, that's a coach killer, that one, straight in the bread basket, but you could hear the crowd cheer as Niue get an opportunity right on the 20. They'll get the ball back, exactly what you want from the kickoff. And we mentioned in the earlier set when they were down here, we like what they did, and you know, another opportunity for them to attack the Samoan try line. Can they leave with points this time?
An error there, trying to fake the dummy cut, just bobbling it in her hands, and now Samoa have possession. They're going to attack. Big winding run out of Masoi. Slow play of the ball. And now Tavita carries nicely. Great leg drive there from the young lady from Auckland Girls Grammar School.
And a great run out of dummy half there by their number 9. I like the work that Moore did there. She just eyes up footy, gain quick yardage as we see Samoa knock on. Couldn't quite complete that one, which is disappointing for them because they had worked their way down to almost Niue's 30-metre line, and off the back of some great runs from their forward pack.
Just getting a lot of space around the edges, managing to break them open somewhat. Out to Moala, who does well to wriggle out of the initial tackle and make some good meters for Niue. And now they wind up again for some more big churning carries from their tight forwards.
Yeah, Fainunu Kirasoma, she's been great for her side. Plenty of hit-ups already early in this game, just getting them those extra yards, those extra meters. Just one outs is what she's been doing, and it's been working for her side. It's then when they get to this back end of the set, what can they do? What can the playmakers do?
So you'll see what, yeah, coming in off the wing. And now from dummy half, a massive hit coming in, stopping the play in its tracks there. Now Niue with a kick over the top. It's bouncing, but collected nicely by Louis. And she steams ahead. There's a lot of space in front of her, but she decides to take the contact and start the set off.
Yeah, good tackle there by Westland, but I like the work of the 5'8" O'Reilly Aki for Niue with that chip over the top. She had 2 of her players chasing, so good communication couldn't quite pull it off in the end, giving Samoa the ball as we hear the ref call a penalty against Niue, so Samoa will have the penalty. But I do like that option that Niue went with. And, you know, if the fullback wasn't there, then you've got 2 Niue players there ready to pounce. So, you know, a great option by them on attack. Unfortunately, couldn't come away with the points, and Samoa will work the ball just over the halfway line for their side.
Erika Timoteo with the initial carry. Now they continue forward. Big contact and an offload away. They're allowed to attack again. A lot of space for Samoa. It's Lavia who beats a defender and is dislodged of the ball. No call made from the referee as of yet. And they're going to call the knock on, so Niue rewarded. Definitely making ground, aren't they, Samoa?
Well, they are, and I think everyone, including both sides, were waiting for that knock-on call from the ref, and it does go in the way of Niue, so they'll get the ball back, have to work it off their 20-metre line. But it's just the work of these teams when they're on offence. When you're drawing 3 to 4 defenders a game, it's leaving large holes in the defensive line. So it's great work by them. In Niue, they'll work it off the back of a scrum. Interested to see what they'll do to work it out of their end. Strong defence from Samoa. They've kept it up throughout this half.
Less than 10 minutes now in the first half, and you'd have to say a try before the break will be crucial for Niue if they want to stay in this match as they find some space wide. Ambitious work early in the set for Niue. They need to work their way up the field.
And the difference between these two teams so far defensively is Samoa, as you can see there, they wrap the ball up, not allowing the offloads, whereas Niue, even though they've got 2 or 3 in the tackle, they're allowing Samoa to have those offloads. So for me, it's just Niue doing exactly what they're doing. Stay disciplined, make Samoa work it up through the middle, earn that right to then shift it to your edges. Find some holes in this Samoan defensive line. As we see, it's the 5th and last there for Niue. A kick, but it goes straight down to the winger for Samoa as Leonga
still going along the touchline, stepping. Excellent work off the kick return. She's put Samoa in an excellent position as now Sorensen McGee linking up with one of her tight forwards there, Talitono. And now through the middle they go. There's a lot of space and she's over.
And that was excellent footwork there. All individual brilliance from the dummy half for Samoa. No apologies. It's Leilani Muamua. You can see it there. Markers aren't quite set. She scoots from dummy half. Just does a little show and go and then comes back inside the defenders. Footwork towards the line to beat the fullback and just puts the ball down to the left of post. She had about 4 players to beat there, all on her own.
Very intelligent heads-up play from hooker there for Leilani Muamua to score. Just further extend that lead. Samoa haven't dominated position or territory, but when they've had opportunities, they've snuck away with them with some brilliant individual tries. And Leilani Muamua can add herself to that try-scoring tally.
Yeah, you're right, Isaac, and that could be the difference between these two sides at the moment as Samoa lead 22-0. Both have had opportunities, but it's Samoa who are able to find the try line or to find the repeat sets to cause that damage when they are on attack. Niue, when they have had the opportunities, they've looked good, they've gone close, but they haven't come away with any points.
Leilani Muamua from Hillmorton down in Canterbury. She plays for the Linwood Kias. So one of those players that's been selected from outside of the Auckland region and has come up to play in this competition, and she's showcasing some real skill from the base of the ruck.
Oh, and what a great opportunity for these players as we see Niue, they get the kickoff underway, but a great opportunity to represent your culture, your country, but also show your display as we see an error there from Samoa. They'll cough it up. But to finish on that point, Isaac, you know, there are scouts looking. We've got the NRLW, a great opportunity for these wahine to be part of these development systems, come all the way up from Canterbury, show what you can do, get some eyes on you. when you're up in Tamaki Makaurau, and who knows what it can lead to as we see Niue with the scrum.
We have a correction. The third try was scored, in fact, by Dome Laufiso, also from the Canterbury area, from Linwood College in Canterbury. So now Niue with a real opportunity. They've been met stubbornly in defence. At the time, the tackle of Lavia, Elena Lavia. Now Aki, Moala, Siosua, Moala again, coming in at dummy half and finding Ah Chong, who cuts back and hits a tough shoulder. That of Samoa's co-captain, Sorensen McGee.
That's better there from Niue. You could see in those earlier plays, there's not real depth here. No one really running lines or running onto the ball. We see a chip through, picked up through the hand. Samoa pick it up. Can she go all the way?
Kayleen Tuafiono with no one else in front of her. Will she be chased down? She's got to finish off what has been a big run, but she will go over the line and score it. Kayleen Tuafiono.
And a great chase there from the Niue defence. There were 3 chasing and they couldn't quite stop her all the way from her own try line, length of the field try. Managed to hold on and get it down through the sticks.
Just another heartbreaking example of Niue doing everything right to get themselves into the right part of the field and into a try-scoring opportunity, and then just the kick snapped up here and brilliantly breaks away. Some excellent initial speed off the mark, but certainly slowed down in that last 20.
And some great chasing. You can see the Niue players chasing number 23. Almost got her there, tried to sneak up on, but you're right, Isaac. Just snapped up that ball. In Niue, they didn't pounce on her defensively when they were down that end, and it can be oh so punishing, allowing players to go all the way to the other end of the field. And again, Niue, they're showing signs of greatness. Samoa 28-0 here in Pukekohe, but they're showing signs that they did a chip earlier on when they had a set down there. That one they went for a chip, so they're trying all their options. They haven't been successful, but I like what they've got in their playbook, and hopefully they can start to pull off some points here.
Kayleen Tuafiono from Manurewa High School and the Manurewa Marlins Club, scoring a long distance try, really testing her cardio there, and she proved that she can go the distance with a brilliant try that extends Samoa's lead. Niue, well, have a big lead to try and eat away at. Still 3 minutes to play in the first half. Marfoy with the carry there. Titi back into the action. Sorensen McGee just lays it off for Cleo Leilua, the co-captain, who offloads, and again repeat efforts and engagements with the line through their offloading means that they're deep into Niue territory. Now Dome Laufiso, the try scorer. Sorensen McGee faking the cut. They've got numbers. Tavita cutting away, and she won't be stopped. Faith Tavita scores another try, her second of the day for Samoa.
That was just great. Side to side football. They went playing with width. They went from one side from this right edge all the way over to the left edge. I like the work here of their halfback. Just a little show and go, getting it out to her centre, who was able to just put some footwork on and find the try line. But a great team try. Sorensen McGee there, their halfback, setting it up for her side. Probably could have went back inside on her own, but she decided to go through the hand, setting up Faith Tavita for her second, as you said, Isaac. But I like that the whole team really helped contribute to the build-up and then the try that they got in the end there, but it was just the width that they were able to play with. I like the work of this Samoan side, and they're not taking their foot off. They know they're close to halftime, but they're really putting their foot down.
It was at Auckland Girls Grammar School and Howard Hornets combination of Sorensen McGee and Faith Tavita. Both play together, played a lot of rugby league together over the last few years, that were able to set up that try, and Faith scoring a second. She's really shining here for Samoa.
In a great rugby league area out in Howick. They've got some really good players that come out of there. So it's great to see them teaming up and play together in this Samoan side and combining to help each other put some more points on the scoreboard.
They've had to do it all in the first half, both on attack and defence, to hold out what has been a brave Niue side's efforts. 34-0 was very complimentary of their attacking ability in the first 30 minutes. Is now an attack from inside their own goal line. That kickoff allowed to go very deep into the end goal. Now it's back in the hands of Sorensen McGee, who's playing with a lot of freedom. More and more happy to go to ground with the ball and signal the end of the first half of what has been an excellent display here for Samoa. Comprehensive in their lead, 34-0 over Niue.
It's an absolute feast.
At Pertec, we understand that our customer needs their plant and equipment up, running and available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Using only world-class product from the likes of Bridgestone and Yokohama, there is no compromise for your valuable machines. Our attention to detail and precision is second to none. It's this customer experience that separates Pertec from the pack. Pertec, we'll keep you operating.
Lava, welcome back. 34-0 Samoa, excellent in the first half over Niue. They've been very impressive in their first match of here, the Pacific Youth Cup here in Pukekohe. 6 tries in that first half as we look at their first try of the game, scored by Shante Louis, the fullback.
Yeah, and it was off the back of great defence from this Samoan side, and they've really built their whole game off that, allowing their players to do stuff like this. I like when they go to their edges, put on a bit of footwork. There's a great try here from Faith Tavita. This is the first of her double for this match, but it's just been a great display from Samoa. This was great. Eyes up footy, seen a big hole in the Niue defensive line and just backed herself all the way to the in goal, scoring a try, which was Dorme Laufiso.
Did really well there to break them open, and then here what was a full field try. She collected up the kick from inside her own goal area and managed to go all the way. Kayleen Tofa Iono. And then this here, another great try. Faith Tavita just brushing off a tackler. And of course, one other try was scored by Iolani Moore from scrum half to set the lead to 34-0. Niue, well, they don't have any highlights in terms of tries scored, but they've come very, very close in the first half of this match. A lot of their attacking, bringing them close to the line, just not able to finish it off.
No, they weren't, and it's disappointing that they couldn't. As we have a look here at another one of Samoa's try, just individual brilliance out of the dummy half, beat about 4 players, was from their dummy half and able to score under the 6. But just going back to what you said, Isaac, with Niue on offence when they've had the opportunity, I think their forwards have been laying a very good platform, some direct running. So a standout player for them would be Whainunu Keresoma. She's been great, and it's just that execution on their 4th or 5th play, not able to come away with the points. They've tried chips over the top, they've tried the chip and chase, they've tried grubber balls. So it's just for them finding what they can do. They went oh so close when they almost scored a try, but it was a double movement. So they're in the game, they're in the mix. It's all about execution and just finishing it off when it counts.
That engine room, you're right, should not at all been discouraged by the scoreline, because their efforts in that first half, extremely impressive. Skylar Whainunu Keresoma from Kelston Girls High School, Tanaka Talitono as well. Both have been very, very impressive. For Niue, will be the leaders of their comeback effort, hopefully in the second half, if they can keep the ball, and you're right, find a way to execute those last few tackles in the set. They could come away with some points. Oh,
definitely, and you saw them in their huddles there with their coaches laying out the instructions for the second half. And for Niue, for defence, it will just be wrapping the ball up. We saw Samoa, a lot of what they were created was from broken play from those offloads. So defensively, they're in the tackles. They've got 2 in the tackles, but it's not allowing that offload, because it's allowing Samoa just to play eyes up footy, creating holes in the defensive line. And Niue, when they are able to have 2, 3 in the tackle, it's then setting up the defensive line, getting the markers in play, not allowing those quick dummy half plays which have been lethal against them, and some of them are leading to tries, as we see the second half kickoff here with Niue kicking towards Samoa, who will reply and have the first set of the half.
In the hands there, Erika Timoteo. Another big carry. Now Fiso breaking a tackle, breaking a couple, still going. Thought about the offload, realised she was still in space. Just ate up the meters there, Dorme, Laufiso, Kayleen, Tofaiono. Another good carry, and Samoa just winding up in their carries now. Very confident play as they burst downfield here. That's Sorensen McGee now, who gets to inject herself. Nice little deft flick out of the back of the hands, and it's into Moa. And just like that, off the kickoff, some tough carries, and over the line, Lialane Moa gets her second.
Yeah, great work from Samoa there, and it's also the lack of defensive work from Niue, and fatigue would be setting in, Isaac, but they're not getting up off their line. There's no line speed defensively, so when it looks like Samoa are gaining a lot of meters, you can see there no one in the Niue defense is actually moving up off their defensive line, allowing Samoa those 10 meters, allowing that wind up of their bigger players, of the forwards, and then allowing those offloads. So great work there from Samoa, not taking anything away from them, and you know, their ability to acknowledge that, to recognize that, play off the back of that. But for me, with Niue, they need to have line speed. They need to start moving forward defensively to not allow Samoa that freedom and that running hard onto the ball.
Giving the likes of Dorme Laufiso and Kayleen Tofaiono too much time to wind up into those carries. You're right, it's a dangerous recipe for Niue, who concede their first try of the second half. Samoa up now 40-0. It's on the back of some of those massive carries that came right off the kickoff there for Samoa.
Oh, and if you're a Samoan supporter, I tell you what, you're just loving the effort that their players are putting out there on the field. They're even running in towards the wind. Not that strong, but it can make all the difference. But they're running into the wind, and still their ability to do that is outstanding.
So the Samoan women, they'll have a quick break after this game, and then they'll be right back with a massive game up against the New Zealand Māori in just an hour. So this, the perfect way to rev themselves up for what will be a massive encounter in their next match.
And you speak of New Zealand Māori, they won their game. Oh, as we see a great run here.
Dorme Laufeso again breaking them wide open. She's got support, but she will not need it. She's going to score again, will she? She will. That's an excellent carry. She just backs herself.
An outstanding run there. We spoke about it earlier, but when you allow Samoa the freedom to run like that, there is absolutely no stopping them. And we get to have another look at it and see here, just defend straight up the middle. Great pace, great speed, backs herself. See the way she just shifts that ball. She sees a defender coming on her left inside, shifts the ball to the right just to secure it. Almost did a dummy too as she saw the other defenders, but that's just really smart play there from Samoa and from their try scorer in Dorme Laufeso. And just those subtleties show that they know what they're doing. They're like, all right, I've got the defender coming up. I'm going to shift the ball out here, secure this ball, because if I do get taken down, I want to quick play the ball.
Conversion away. Another impressive break there from Laufeso. She scores her second today, but she's had her hands on a lot of the things that have been done well from the Samoan side. Right away, you can see her skill set and her ability to shift the ball, use that fend to brush away defenders. She really is confident. And impressive speed when she gets into space.
I was about to say, and the speed as well. A player that can do it all. Impressive that speed as Niue go to kick off. But it's just try after try for this Samoan side. And as you said, Isaac, they will be taking on New Zealand Māori, who won their earlier game against the Cook Islands 88-0. So it'd be great to see both these sides who scored a lot of tries in their first games go up against each other and what they can apply defensively to stop the other teams from scoring all these points.
Laufeso again right back into it. Stiff arm fend, sending away a defender. She is just breaking away from every defender that comes at her. Samoa start to express themselves. They're really working their way upfield here. Tackle's really starting to slip for Niue. Tofa again starting to stride out. A lot of speed being built up as she ramps her way into the defensive line.
And she's been dangerous all game as we saw Samoa out on that edge. They just bring it back towards the middle. They've been great at this, playing with the width of the field. Another offload through the hands for Samoa, and it will be another try.
Shafania Lui, who will score. Unselfishly offloaded by Faith Tavita, who could have had a hat-trick but decided to unselfishly pop the ball over the top to her winger.
You can see it here. Great little footwork, draws the defender, and as you said, probably could have just went over herself, but does the offload, and that's what's been great about this Samoan side as we get a look at it front on. Lovely footwork there, wraps the arm around, great offload. But it was also the earlier play on the far edge, on the right edge. It was a great out ball, great offload from their centre, Marfall, out there to her winger. And just playing with this great width, this Samoan side, showing the skill that they have across their whole team. But then the smarts to bring the play back towards the middle of the field, back towards the post, and then shift it out to the other edge, just making the defence of this Niue side having to really stretch, and then you're going to outnumber them at some point.
I felt the key carry of that set there for Samoa was the work of Kayleen Tofaiono, just going downhill with real momentum, and Niue really struggled to put a defender in front of her, and from there they were able to go wide with a lot of numbers as they all collected around big number 20 for Samoa.
Yeah, and she was able to elude about 4 defenders with her footwork, but what, like you said, Isaac, they couldn't get in front of her to stop her, and she put that footwork on, and she could just evade about 3 or 4 of them, really setting her team up for what was another try.
So now Samoa, and again Tofa Iono deciding to go blind and making a lot of metres. She'd be top of the charts in terms of metres gained for her side today. One of several. Dorme Laufiso would have to be top of that list as well as they break up through Lautiti. Ivana Lautiti.
Yeah, eventually taken to ground, but you can start to see the freedom that Samoa are playing with now, especially with the scoreboard on their side. They're just backing themselves as they go in for another.
Tiare-Ann Leonga, who scores for Samoa. It was just nice work from the centre, bursting into the line, really injecting some speed and a swerve that bet the last defender. Just held the ball up, strafed across the field, and managed to go over the line.
Yeah, and she saw that big hole there left by the Niue defence. It was a great covered defence there from Niue, from Jainga Tui, but she wasn't able to quite stop her. And then it was whether or not the winger with the decision, does she come in or does she stay out? So again, great running game there from Samoa. And Niue, their defence, it's that line speed that we spoke about earlier, they're just not getting off that line and creating that pressure.
Version unsuccessful, but a nice nudge there from Sorensen McGee. Tiare-Ann Leonga from the Otahu Leopards club, scoring the try. It's now 52-0. One of several players in the side, in fact, from the Otahu Leopards club. Kick off, collected, and Samoa carrying confidently. Again, just working their way upfield, beating a couple of defenders there. Liufalt, Navania Liufalt. Lautiti takes a few to stop her. Just pushing them away, reckless abandon. The Fens coming out with unlimited ammo as they continue upfield and break them wide open. Taylor Bene Masoi will score yet again for Samoa.
Well, it's a triathlon for Samoa at the moment, and it's off the back of their great offense, their great attack. Their forwards really laying the platform for them. And then you can just see here, too strong, too fast, backs herself, does a little bit of footwork to the fullback, but then backs herself to go over for another try. But they started in the middle of the field, Samoa, and as you said, they're just hard to take down through the middle, drawing quite a few Niue defenders. I actually did like the line speed of Niue defense, especially in the middle for that set, but then once Samoa recognize that, draw 3 or 4 defenders, start shifting the ball, there's going to be holes in that defensive line.
He's had a lot more challenging conversions here in the second half. Braxton Sorensen McGee, the co-captain. Again, that one's away, but Samoa will be very happy. They've taken just about every opportunity they've had inside Niue's half here in the second period. And this time, Taylor Bene Masoi with the try from Auckland Girls Grammar School, and also a representative of the Otahu Leopards club. Still a young player, be able to play again at this tournament. Taylor Bene Masoi, one to look out for.
I've been really impressed with the rugby league knowledge of all these players from the sides, both sides that we've seen, and just those little 1%ers that they've got in their game. But you can see there with the last try scorer, Bennett Masor, and just, you know, her ability to put on that footwork. Oh, as we see a big fen there As
Wow.
Samoa charges back.
Cleo Leilua, massive shunt there from the co-captain. Now Lautiti again brushing off tacklers.
She's enjoying her footy today, isn't she? Every set she's saying, give me the ball, I'm going to just charge straight up the field for my side.
Assertive work from the tight forwards for Samoa. Some big bump offs coming in. They're having fun all right. As now they go back to the short side. An awkward offload collected but knocked on. And a reprieve for Niue, who have been under siege.
Well, they have, and they'll be stoked to get the ball back here. Look at this. We get a front on. Look at it. Charging run.
Cleo Leilua says, see you later. Massive shunt off there. Using that upper body strength to send away the defender.
But to the defender's credit, Tapuro, she got straight back up. As Niue, they get the ball on their 10 off the back of a scrum. And off the back of a Samoa mistake. An offload that they forced, probably shouldn't have done it. Loose out of their hand, so it gives Niue the opportunity to work it out of their back end.
Whainu'u Kirasoma gets back into her carrying work. She has done diligently today for Niue. Big contact there. Lautiti coming out of the line and making a nice tackle for Samoa.
Yeah, some big hits in this game. Great out ball there, out to the edge. And great work to stay in. But unfortunately lost the ball, as it looks like the ref. Oh, unless her foot did go out and she did put her foot over the sideline.
Unsure there what the call was from the referee. There have been a slight knock on. But Samoa, nevertheless, will have possession. Something they have not been short of in the second half. Going from 34-0 to 56-0 in the third quarter. Now out wide to Lui, who shows her pace. It's a one-on-one. Shafanua Lui taken down in a good tackle there. Janga Tui coming in and making a brave tackle to save a certain try, but Samoa still keep coming, and this time they won't be stopped. It's Shantae Lui who'll score off the back of her sister's fine work along the sideline.
Another great try there to Samoa, but I like the effort and intensity from Niue to stop what could have been a certain try off the back of a scrum. But you just see her duck and dive there and back herself all the way to the try line. But just one of the players that was in the tackle there from Niue was Tui, and her ability to stop what was almost a certain try out on that far edge for her side. And then she's in the tackle there when it's at the try line.
Now this is a real challenge conversion-wise. Sorensen McGee brings it around nicely, but it's just going to fade away to the right of the post. Sorensen McGee kicking them nicely.
Yeah, and that was into the headwind too. She went close just to the right of the post, but a great effort there as Samoa leading this one 60 points to 0. Kickoff now from Niue. They did a short kickoff earlier. For them, I'd be kicking it deep and make Samoa work it from their in goal. Make them earn the right to play down this end of the field. Apply that pressure, because when Niue have applied pressure, Samoa have made mistakes. And that's what you want. But now you need your team to get up there. As we see their co-captain Nikki Lee Taputo lead the charge for her side defensively, telling her team, come on, get up here with me. Let's apply this pressure early.
Tofa Iono. Lautiti
she wanted a second go at it. She thought maybe not held, and I mean, it's worth a try, but the ref called it back, saying you definitely held.
Any extra meters they can scavenge. Samoan side just looking to add to what has been an all-consuming stat. Their carry meters have been massive in this match. As now they attack again up the middle. An offload to Shante Louis. Tino playing scrum half. The ball was messy to Lavia. And so Niue now with an opportunity.
That's right, in Samoa they opted to go back towards that right edge, just sending a ball out there that was a bit low, forcing an error, and that's what can happen when you do kick the ball deep. You're making them having to work, you're making them have to gain these more yards, forcing errors like that. That was an unforced error just through ill discipline and fatigue. And so Niue, they'll get a good opportunity here. And for them, they'll be thinking, get as much yardage as we can, get downfield, send a kick deep, get a repeat set if we can.
In the hands of Talitono. From Manukura High School. Down in the Manawatu. Danica Talitono. As Niue trying to work their way up the field. A try would mean a lot to their campaign here. It would show how valiantly and how undeniably hard they've played. They haven't given up at any point.
And unfortunately, probably just forced one too many passes there, allowing Samoa to come up with the ball. But again, I like the work that Niue are able to do on an attack. They're putting it through the hands. I like the work of Kyra Lee Westland on attack, sending that out ball. They just aren't quite finishing it off, and that's probably been the story for them across this whole match, and unfortunately caught the ball up to Samoa.
Faking and dummying, getting the ball away nicely. Chefania Louis. Phil Wang and engaging the line, and Lautiti, big fend. Just stopped short, great run. Ivana Lautiti, as they go wide, it's a bouncing pass and it's knocked on by Faith Tavita. Can't quite finish it off there, but what a break, Ivana Lautiti.
She has been outstanding this whole game. I'd love to see how many meters she's gained, but it's also her assertiveness. She's so direct, she knows exactly where she's running, her ability to beat players, use her fend. She's been great, but Samoa coming up with another mistake, so another opportunity here for Niue. You can hear the crowd cheering for Niue. We are down here at Pukakoi, so if you're in the area, come on down. We've got some great rugby league across the next couple of days. Come on down and support. As we can see, the whānau, the family, the friends are all rolling in to support rugby league in this great tournament, our Pacifica Youth Tournament, a great development pathways for all our players that will be on display across the next couple of days.
Chance Tangiao Misipika with the carry there as Niue continue forward. An intercept, and Melina Lavia will cruise on over. And that's unlucky. Just a little bit of a profile pass that was easy to read. And there to snap it up, Melina Lavia with the try.
Oh, we get to have a look at it here. She backs herself just off the fingertips, regathers. Great work by her, and as you said, Isaac, great just reading the play. And Niue, when they're all standing quite shallow, there was no depth in that, so it's quite a flat pass, allowing player from defence to attack it. and finish it off just like that.
Malena Lavia from St. Mary's College represents the Richmond Rovers. And she's been good from halfback today for Samoa. They're going to need all of these key players to revamp and get ready for another big matchup in just under an hour against New Zealand Māori. So
that's right, they won't have long. They'll kick off at 2:30. So by the time they finish this one, they'll be up against New Zealand Māori, who played earlier this morning against the Cook Islands. They won that one 88-0. So two teams who know how to attack, who know how to find the try line, will be facing off against each other on this first day of our Pacifica Youth Tournament. 2:30 will be that kickoff. And I cannot wait to watch that one. A great display of our wahine toa. And I want to see the game plans for both of these sides, what they're going to do against each other, how you're going to stop both sides from scoring all these points as Niue get the kickoff underway.
Samoa showcasing their depth. Players that have come off the bench have brought a real impact, and this is one of them. Timoteo with a good carry. You can see her eyes light up when she sees a bit of space in front of her. She gets those legs moving and she's hard to stop as they attack again. This time Malatino, Sam Malatino going from dummy half. Now one of their co-captains, or in fact Dome Laufiso, manages to get up and offload. Timoteo again, dropping her shoulders as she carries just to send away defenders.
And I still like the urgency of this Samoan side. You can see her dummy half there saying, get up, quick play the ball, let's keep going.
Here they go, down that left edge. This time, Limalo Lefau. And up again, Tavita, going from dummy half and cruising over. Faith Tavita gets her hat trick.
Smart play there by Faith Tavita. There was no one at marker, so she just scooted out of dummy half. You can see here she pushes them out of the way, no markers, and then she sees that space and goes right between two defenders to go over for another one for her side.
With that, they've more than doubled their lead from the first half, so they've definitely made adjustments in the second that have resulted in more points, more success for the Samoan side. They have been clinical. They haven't sniffed at too many opportunities, have they? They have been very, very comprised and thoughtful in the way that they've attacked. They've used their big ball carriers to get them up the field, and then Faith Tavita just seeing the opportunity from the ruck. Eyes up play. Sorensen McGee, this time the kick is good.
Yeah, and for Samoa, they're opting to put the ball through hands throughout this whole second half. The first half, more direct, but this one you can see in their sets, multiple players are getting their hands on the ball.
As you can see, a lot of the work of the wingers and the centres coming in early in the sets to come in and make an impact and change up what the defence is seeing. Putting a lot more footwork into their carries, evading defenders, and getting away offloads, which has been a key to Samoa's success today, is their ability to keep the ball alive. As yet again, Niue will be getting sick of having to kick the ball down to the Samoan side, who just run it right back at them. Timoteo. Erika Timoteo with the carry. Now Malatino finding Laufiso. Again, she's hard to stop, and again offloading. As we mentioned, her carry meters and her ability to offload, Dome Laufiso, have made her one of the most dangerous players on the park. As they cut back inside through Leofau. She's hard to bring down. Who hasn't been for the Samoan side? It's Laufiso again. She loves to carry. And two tacklers can't bring her down, and she looks to offload, does so. Second offload of the sequence for Laufiso Sorensen McGee. Challenging the line, and it opens up for her, and she's going to cruise over. She's played facilitator today, but this time she's a finisher. Braxton Sorensen McGee scores yet another try for Samoa.
Great build-up throughout that whole set by this Samoan side. As you said, they're hard to tackle, but I like the depth that they're playing with on attack as we see Sorensen McGee go over, but it started very early in this set. And when they're forwards, they're hitting forward. They've still got depth in their line, which you probably can't see when they're on screen. But when they have those offloads, their players are charging on from about 5 meters. So they're hitting that ball with speed off the offloads. And then when they do shift it wide, everyone is still in there, in space, nice and deep, allowing these great runs. They're playing some very good running football, Samoa.
After some early jersey confusion, I'm grateful we've had the name of Dorme Laufiso correct today, because she has been momentous for the Samoan side. 2 carries in that sequence, and in both she brushed away several defenders and got away an offload. How good.
She has been outstanding for this side. Definitely up there for one of the players of the match. But I like that it's been a full team effort from this Samoan side. They've played with width. They're now starting to play with depth, which, as we said earlier, will come in handy once they take on the New Zealand Māori side at 2:30 for that kickoff.
Well, under a minute now, so they're not going to quite meet what New Zealand Māori are able to do, 88-0 over the Cook Islands, but one more try would put them into the 80s.
Well, hey, I wouldn't put it past them at this point.
They have been pretty close to unstoppable here in the second half. Some dominant carries and some slick finishing from the Samoa side, making a statement about what they're here to do in this tournament at the Pacifica Youth Cup here in Pukekohe. Malatino sniffing some space around the ruck. And again, ducking around tacklers and offloading. And say, we want to play. Sorensen McGee puts a kick over the top, and it's going to bounce awkwardly in behind the chase line, and they still want to keep it alive. They do so. Lemalo Lefau. Laufiso offloading. Malatino, there's space if they want to get it there. They're trying to get it out of the contact zone. They won't be able to. It's a knock on, and that'll signal the end of the match, but Samoa have made one heck of a statement with this victory, 78-0 over Niue. What a performance.